and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Zoe Lyons and Mickey Flanagan, Alan Cochrane, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of the Education Secretary, Michael Gove, engaged in important work. But what does GTOT stand for?
Is he, in fact, making a potion because he thinks he's Harry Potter? Is it government troubles obliviate totalo?
Is it Gaddafi's terrified of this?
Is it what they realised what would happen to the photograph, and is it simply Gove twat on telly?
Is it what teachers will be doing if they come out on strike? Gin and tonic on terrace?
Well, is it to do with the teachers? Is it, in fact, great tennis on telly?
Tremendously cynical view of having a strike on women's semi-final.
Someone asked him what he's doing at the weekend, and he says, go to Ostrich Town.
Where is Ostrich Town?
Well, I think we all know.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Is it Gollum tugs over test tube?
Mickey, do you want to take a go?
Go tough on teachers.
Oh, my Lord, that's exactly right. Well done. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Gove tough on teachers. This is the news that Michael Gove has called for tougher qualifications for aspiring teachers, barring those who continuously fail basic numeracy and literacy tests from teaching. Gove has also hit out teachers on their planned walkouts over pensions, claiming they have a strong moral duty not to strike and to keep their schools open. Now, are you aware of the tests?
It's a bit rich, really, coming from Michael Gove to put literacy tests down for teachers when his whole name sounds like a grammatical error. Michael Gove. No, Michael Gave. Michael Gave. Try again. Gave.
I actually trained to be a teacher for a year, and they say to you when you sign up, they say, it's a very serious job, this. Don't smile before Easter. It's a sign of weakness, apparently. So I'm walking down the corridor on my first day's training, and a fat kid fell over. I'm on him like a shot. Bundle!
Surely the only real test of a teacher is to send them out to the Middle East and see if they say, I don't care who started it.
Have you seen the level of the questions, though? Have you
It's sort of like Ed 11 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, like every year you joke about A-level tests getting it. These are the questions for the actual teachers. Here's one, for example. A genuinely off-the-test for teachers. Can you answer the following multiple-choice question that's included in the teacher training test? The children enjoyed the blank nature of the task. Is the correct word mathematical, or mathematical? Whereas obviously the correct answer should be the children enjoy the frankly piss-easy nature of the task.
The ex-boss of Tesco has just come out and said that teaching standards are not good enough. It's basically a worry, isn't it, if we're not even producing kids who are bright enough to work in Tesco. How hard is it to go bip, right? But you still get some who aren't any good at it, are you? I was in Tesco recently, and there was this kid, he couldn't find the barcode on the packet, and he was going like this, so in the end he just went bip with his own hand and chucked it through.
If they are going to make it harder for teachers, they should give teachers something back. You should be allowed to knee them again.
Was that like a perk
when
at
they
the
run in
time,
the corridor, slow down.
I'm beginning to wonder how you managed to last one whole year.
I used to be a teacher as well, and I found that marking was a problem, but if you wrap the child in a mattress before you hit them...
Part of the problem, really, is that teachers are quite annoying, even aside from politics. I've got a lot of friends and family that are teachers, and they're annoying people to know, because they break the year up in their way, even when you don't do the same job. So they'll say, I'll see you at half-term. And you go, I'm 36. I don't know when that is anymore. Could you give me a number and then the name of one of the 12 months? That's the system I like to work with.
We had a teacher in school, right, and he was African, and his mode of sort of punishing you, you make her hold out your fingertips. You say, hold out your fingertips. And,
No tension in the room now, is there?
it's just an accent, get over it.
Was that your racist impersonation or his racist impersonation?
Sammy Jones!
Okay.
He said, hold out your fingertips. And he would whack him with a ruler. Yeah. He was from Newcastle.
classic.
Grown-ups! Don't know a good African accent when I hear one. It was quite a tea, you must know that. Enough with the accent. Once in the context of the story was fine.
Once you start doing Nigerian, you can't stop. It's impossible. Anyway.
Okay. Why has strike action been called, by the way?
The reason this is to do with the pensions.
It's to pensions, yes.
Apparently, 1 in 5 people alive today are going to live to 100. That's how bad the situation is. 1 in 5 people. You think I'm not happy about that at all. And you think I'm in my late 30s and I already fart when I cough, so I'm not. I'm not happy about that.
I'm very grateful you've not got a ticklish throat at the moment. They reckon that there are 10 million people who are alive today, right, who will actually live to being 100. Britain is going to be a very different place.
Yep.
You know, people going, oh, you're older. I'm not old. I'm 80 years old. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get up at 6 a.m. to do my paper round. I've got a student loan to pay off.
Who is Gove calling upon to halt strike disruption in schools?
Mums. He wants all the mums to go into school. Can you imagine? It's not all the... If the mums went into schools en masse, all the kids would go on strike, wouldn't they?
But there's already a lot of mums in schools. They're the pupils. You know? There'll be a lot of kids looking after other kids. It won't work as a policy at all.
There was a quote from Mary Bowser of the Association of Teachers and Lecturers who warned a mum's army who haven't been trained could be very dangerous in What's in the classrooms? What have we not been told? Mums might accidentally press the button that makes the spikes come out of the floor. What do they think mums are going to do? OK, everyone, eat chalk. Everyone, eat chalk now.
You think it could be dangerous, actually, for the mums, doesn't it? I mean, kids give supply teachers a hard enough time. Imagine a supply parent. Headmaster comes along to check how the arts and craft lesson is going and sees that the kids have built a small wicker man and are dancing round the outside going, burn the scabs.
How insane in one day do you think it's going to go?
It could go very insane.
Kids with school ties around their neck, like...
With Lord of the Flies all over again, but with mum.
And why only schools? I mean, there's lots of parts of the public service are on strike. Why aren't mums doing driving tests? They're
Why
going
are
on
they
strike.
driving the tube trains?
Why are they driving the tube trains? Why are they doing the customs? That's the another who going on strike. I'd love to see mums standing there going, that's a lot of cocaine up your arse. All right, again, the party's going to make his own Andy. Now we play a round called Novak Djokovic. This round involves Milton, Zoe and Alan, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. First subject is alternative lifestyles. Who wants to go in that? Zoe.
Alternative lifestyles. A friend of mine actually recently bought me a book on feng shui. Feng shui. I was like, feng shui my arse. And by that, I don't mean move it further up my back to make my shoulders look better. You know, I know people do yoga to balance the body, and I can kind of see that. But to be honest with you, I can balance my own body beautifully with a pint in one hand and a pie in the other. And I take an all-or-nothing approach to alternative medicines. I think the test is, would you use it in an emergency, OK? Do you see many herbalist ambulances? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, help me, I've sawn my own arm off, have you? What you want to do there is wave a bit of sage over it. In fact, while I'm on it, don't get me wound up, I don't even think vegetarians should be allowed to squash their vegetarian food into meat-based products. You know the ones I'm talking about, the veggie burgers, the veggie bangers. I think, no, sorry, you made your choice. If you don't want the meat, you can't have the shapes.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is fatherhood. Who wants to come in on that? Al.
I'm a dad, and I can tell you already that child needs discipline. I'm a dad. I like being a dad. It's good fun being a dad, but I love mums as well. I'm a big fan of mums. My mum's one, and my wife's one, and lots of my friends are mums. And for a whole night, quite recently, I thought I might be a mum. I'm not. I'm a dad, but here's what happened. My wife went out for some drinks with some other mums, and I stayed in and had a really nice bath and a glass of wine. Yeah, I had a mum's night in. Brilliant night in as well, mums. I can totally see why it caught on amongst the mum community. It's great. It's much better than being out in a pub talking to idiots about nothing. I really enjoyed it. Quite disconcerting as well. I got out of the bath and just got the towel and twisted it around and it's all like that. Got up the next day and bought a little Citron Zara Picasso. But I know I sound like a cliche dad when I say this, but genuinely, our little boy is properly gorgeous. He is. He's blonde and blue-eyed and really good-natured, and sometimes I'm just walking him round to the park, holding his little hand, and I'll just be swept away by how beautiful he is, and I'll just catch myself thinking, oh, my God, you are so gorgeous. If anything happens to your mum and she dies, we are going to look so attractive.
Well done, Alan. OK, which leaves us with Milton. Let's see what topic we have. It's entertainment.
I was watching Blue Peter the other day, who's a neighbour with really bad circulation. I said to him, Peter, why don't you get a pacemaker? He said, I can't even run, let alone keep up with someone. I was watching TV the other day, and I flipped over, and all I could see were the brown cushions on my sofa really close up. You have to be careful watching television. You think to yourself, that bloke's better looking than me, he's got a better car than me, and he's got a cat called Jess. My favourite film is the French film And. I think it was released over here as E.T. You have to admire people who go into the performing arts. They have to do exercises every single day for their future careers. Big issue. That's all for me. Thank you.
That's what it's doing. And to the end line, go to Alan and Milton. Our next round is called, if this is the answer, what is the question on the board of 6 categories? Alan, which category would you like?
Sport, please.
Sport is a category. The answer is 15 minutes. What is the question?
How long is it into this episode will the average viewer of Mock the Week realise I'm not the guy off the BT adverts?
Is it when will Greece run out of money?
Is it how long my grandmother's ashes lasted when stored next to the chocolate milk powder?
Is it since birth, how long has Boris Johnson spent on his appearance?
Is it, in fact, how long does the average British women's Wimbledon fortnight last?
Is it the longest anyone should be allowed to tell you about their gap year travels? Anyone?
Is it how long does it take to write the Daily Star?
Is it the gap between this word? No, it's not. I'm doing it.
Is it how long you'd have to hold Jedward's head underwater just to make sure?
You know, there are actually 2 people in Jedward. It's not like if you kill one, the other dies to some sort of alien symbiosis.
Is it when he's out in the open, what is the life expectancy of Colonel Gaddafi?
And you know the correct answer is?
Is it what's a quarter of an hour?
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah, that is...
Points over here, Dara!
That is the big news story this week. The scientists have discovered that a quarter of an hour is, in fact, 15 minutes.
Isn't it if you had been driving for 23 hours and 45 minutes? How far would you be from Tulsa?
In fact, how quickly did a lot of the Olympic sports sell out when they were put back on sale?
Very good. Well done. Thank you very much. Yes, the answer is 15 minutes. The question I was looking for, how long did it take for the second round of Olympic tickets to sell out for the big events? This is the news. The second wave of Olympic tickets went on sale at 6 a.m. on Friday morning. Within 50 minutes, some of the most popular sports had sold out. By Friday evening, 18 had gone. On Saturday, boxing and weightlifting had also sold out, only leaving 4 events which has any tickets at all.
There's been a lot of hoo-ha about the sort of internet cock-up regarding the Olympic sales of tickets. And I got a great email the other day. I applied for some tickets. And apparently, I'm now being ridden in the dressage event, so I'm very happy.
I think the ticket debacle, as if the fact that you've managed to sell out the Olympics a year in advance is the worst thing that has ever happened in this country. It is an absolute disgrace the way those tickets were enormously popular and all the people wanted to get them and they had to hand them out. The amount of this woman on the face going, oh, the tickets have managed to turn people into haves and have-nots. I don't want to get Bertrand Russell on your ass here, but everything turns things into haves and have-nots, right? What it definition, you know, have, like 3D telly, kids, chlamydia. Everything turns into have or have not. And just for the record, have not, have not. Okay? But it was a lottery. It was a randomly assigned computer draw. We were getting really angry about, oh, how dare us. The poor computer who picked these things around. There's some computer going, computer didn't want to make people sad. Computer picked tickets randomly. Computer like all sports. Sorry, he made people unhappy. No, computer not like diving. Diving bad for computer. Diving make computer not work. Why computer talk like Hulk?
It's confusing though. I saw a headline that said 2012 ticket hopefuls disappointed, and I thought, well, that's not that many.
Boris Johnson wants everybody to go on public transport. Now, if you've spent 725 quid, right, for the 100 metres finals for an event that lasts 10 seconds, are you going to risk going on public transport? You are 12 seconds late, you're already watching the lap of honour.
I saw a bloke on telly who summed up the Olympics from the East End. He went, I've been against these games from day one, he said, from day one. I tell you what, by the end of the month, for the whole month, I ain't going to be able to get out of my turning.
What?
The turning.
The turning. Oh, the turning.
Oh, yes, the turning. When
Oh,
you're
sorry,
turning
I was
around,
going-
get out of the turning, you go in the turning.
Oh, I'm thinking, a journey. What's it?
You know what worries me most about the games, though, is if you're sitting in the stadium, you're going to get berated by those two ridiculous Olympic mascots that they've got, Wenlock and Mandeville. They sound like two gay antique dealers. But one of them, brilliantly, incorporated into his uniform, his costume, he's got an orange light to denote the iconic status of the London cab. Like London cabbies absolutely embody the Olympic spirit, don't they? I'll tell you what's wrong with London, it's too many foreigners.
Have you been studying Popeye?
In other news, who was covered in mud last weekend?
Anybody who was at Glastonbury.
People at Glastonbury, generally, yes.
Glastonbury is always criticised for every year. They say it's very muddy and it's too middle class. That's what they say, isn't it? It's like
yes.
World War I, sponsored by John Lewis.
Tricky dilemma now, though, isn't it? You know, for middle-class people, or do you go to Glastonbury or do you go to Wimbledon? And they're obviously very similar things now, aren't they? Because both of them feature a lot of Brits who are out of it on day one.
I saw U2 on there, and they were terrible. They were terrible, because they put me off of going to concerts forever. I went to see them at Wembley, and Bono keeps saying, come on, join in, you know this one. And,
The many voices of Mickey Flanagan.
Do you know,
he went, come on, you know this one, don't you? No, I'm standing there, I'm thinking,
Wait,
I'll
can I
pay
just say,
25 quid to get in here. You're getting about £250,000. You sing the song, Bono.
I have a newfound sympathy for the people of Nigeria now.
This is actually 2 years ago. I was 16 when I first went to Glastonbury, and we thought we'd do the whole thing, right? Me and my school friend, we thought, let's try and buy some wacky-backy. We bought an OXO cube. we smoked it anyway. We thought, sod it, let's have a go. It's very nice, beefy.
Did anyone go up? Was anyone this?
I'd rather eat my own poo.
You possibly would have done if you'd gone to Glastonbury.
The idea is when you put your names in the
My mate come back, he said he saw one of the saddest things he'd ever seen. He looked down into the toilet trench, and there, laying in the poo, was the thickest pair of glasses he'd ever seen in his life. And someone had gone to Glastonbury and gone, oh, Christ. Is that brother up there? That's okay, you know this one.
You found what you're looking for.
You go to this, don't you?
I've missed out this year, but I believe you and I have both
We
been there.
met, yeah, like one 24-hour period where I went to Glastonbury back, and every year I celebrate it when I sit at home and watching the telly, that I'm not sitting there knee-deep in mud, listening to the Dandy Warhols, waiting for them to play their one hit. And making the best of it. Oh, that's that then. Arctic Monkeys are on in 4 hours.
I don't think that was the Dandy Warhols, but it doesn't matter, mate.
Oh, what's that? You're right.
I think you're trying to do Chelsea Dagger there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, who was
Fratellis, I think.
Fratellis!
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why he didn't
how
enjoy
much-
himself.
I
He was
give it-
there watching the Dandy Warhols. I don't know you.
And the
in front of them going, that's not us, man. Play that one, play that one. Any request? Yeah, the one that goes, with the wrong band. You know what Mike Cleaver said? He basically said it was too middle class and he blamed Kate Moss. Kate Moss smokes 80 a day, drinks vodka from the bottle and comes from Croydon. If she's middle class, Jordan is aristocracy.
Okay, then the performance go to Mrs. Oyani. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. Okay, here we go. The first subject tonight is unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, I have recently become obsessed with a woman and begun stalking her. Look out of the window.
My partner won't give me oral sex, which is really annoying, because that's the only reason I formed a coalition with him in the first place.
My wife says I don't feel anything, which is a problem. And there was something else. Oh, yes, I'm on fire.
I'm 26, my girlfriend's 36. Is 10 years too big an age gap? Because her daughter's 16, she's a right little soul.
I have recently met a woman who makes me feel young again. She's 167.
Dear Deirdre, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm fed up of Mickey Flanagan mocking my accent.
Dear Auntie, I'm a very, very nervous person, and sudden noises really startle me. In fact, even if I hear a buzzer, a bit of wee comes out.
My mates are all getting into drugs, but I don't know what to do. Should I charge them mates' rates or just normal prices?
Dear Deirdre, I am a control freak. What should I do? I'll tell you what I should do.
I am 96, but I'm convinced that young women fancy me. Do I have penile dementia?
I've been wanting to come and see you for a long time, but I can't get out of the chair.
I am a man trapped inside the body of a woman. Could you tell us, please, how to get out of position 43 of the Kama Sutra?
I work in the public sector, and I'm really, really, really worried about my pension.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at Wimbledon.
Well, at 2 sets down, let's see what he's got in his locker. He's not going to be there for about 20 minutes. I've got a crowbar.
Serena Williams has been seeded. You've got to admire the bravery of that bloke.
Hello, I'm Sue Barker. You may remember my father, Chew Barker.
Well, they say that the All England Club is a bit behind the times, and that's why this small boy has just had his hand chopped off for stealing a strawberry.
I am a tennis umpire and gay, and it wasn't easy to come out.
What a fantastic slice, but I do think the All England Club will insist you wears knickers again next year.
Fuck off, Tim!
Well, how did the umpire get up there? I think he must have used a sept bladder.
Of course, this year the British players play a lot better. If we look at this graph, we see huge biceps and an angry... Sorry, Steffi, wrong graph.
And for any of our Scottish viewers, what you can see there in that glass of Pimm's is fruit.
Andy Murray here, Andy
able to make it here today, but we do have his cab driver on the other line. Can you tell us what's occurred? I can't get out of the cab!
And the mound has taken a real pounding in the last fortnight. I think the All England club are fine with it as long as it doesn't affect the tennis.
Is the end of the show. This week's winners are Andy Parson, Zoe Lyons and Mickey Flanagan. Commiserations to Alan Cochran, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. Thank you for watching. I'm Gary Breen.